today's press conference. I decided to make myself available because I'm sure you have a lot to ask me. And so I decided to appear. Number one is to clear the air that I never sought for PDP presidential ticket, and I will not. And so whoever that said that I moved to APC because they refused to zone the ticket to me is being very mischievous. Because number one is that even if PDP promises somebody, an individual, a presidential ticket, how does it work when over 8,000 delegates will be electing the person? And such promise cannot happen with more than 10 or 20 people. So people are being very mischievous about that. But there are a lot of prominent people from Southeast. I don't want to list them, but I think the House of Assembly members in their letter to PDP listed very much more qualified personalities from Southeast that can take the slot, presidential slot of PDP. Also, why am I moving to APC? Some people say I was promised this and that. There was no such discussion. APC never promised me any position. They never promised Southeast any position. There was no such discussion. However, I offered this movement as a protest to injustice being done to Southeast by PDP. That since 1998-99, the Southeast people have supported PDP in all elections. At a time, the 5 states were all PDP. And one of the founding members of PDP is from Southeast, the late Vice President, His Excellency Alex Ekwueme. And so it is absurd that since 1998, going to 2023, that Southeast will never be considered to run for presidency under the ticket of PDP. It's very absurd. And this is my position, and will continue to be my position. It has nothing to do with me. Let it be known that I'm God's project, and I don't go beyond the limit of my calling. I'm satisfied being a governor, and by His grace for 8 years. First and foremost, a businessman, and then took an adventure in politics. I refuse to be called a politician, because if politics is all about lying and cheating and backstabbing, that is not my family character. And so I protest, and nothing will stop me from this protest. And I believe that this movement will cause PDP to understand that no man is an island, and that no one single person can be called a crowd. Together, we are stronger. And if people are shouting in this country of fairness, equity, and justice, and I stand in a place where such is not practiced, then I have to, re-examine my head. People can write all that they want to write. It's not my business. In 2023, if God permits, I'll be quitting politics. And I'll be very satisfied, because the miracles in Ebonyi State may just be the reason I was born in the first place. And I will be very bold, like Apostle Paul that says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished the race. It's wait unto our children and their generation a crown of success, because I believe that a foundation would have been laid for the greatness of this state, Ebonyi. And so every man runs his destiny. One thing I promise is that I will never castigate PDP. Just like in PDP, my only sin is that I refuse to castigate Mr. President. Until thy kingdom come, I will not do that because that is my family character. But those who don't have character, they were very suspicious of me because I don't castigate the president. I could be leaking the information of PDP. What nonsense is that? I came from a very well, known family, a place where there is character. It's not just to jump. And if you want to deal with a man, you have to find out about the family background. People jump into politics and covering their family character. So I've got a character. Nobody, either in APC or PDP, will say that whoever discussed anything, I had to go and leak it. To leak it for what? Is it for money? Is it for fame? Is it for what? So that is the position. So let it be known to all that nobody promised me anything. Let it be known to all that I move because of injustice. And I have no regret about that. Some people say, you regret this movement. I laugh at them as if they saw God and as if they are my God. I'm satisfied being a businessman. I'm satisfied doing my businesses. And that is all. So thank you very much.
I mean, we're all human beings. You decide what you want to do. You decide where you want to head to. The Constitution of Nigeria allows for freedom of association. I'm not surprised that the governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, has formally today, from what I saw on the IT news, they have formally defected to APC. No, except you are not a committed member of PDP, that will say that you don't know that Umahi has not been with the PDP for some time now. He called me yesterday, and I told him by mind that, look, conscience is important, being principled is important, everything is not money or power. But like I said, I wouldn't have spoken about his defection to APC. But what I'm talking about it is when he went to the point that the injustice that PDP meted on Southeast, I felt very offending. I felt that it's not unfair to a PDP. You have the right to move to the party, but to go to the extent to say that you are leaving because Southeast has suffered so much injustice in the hands of PDP. And that means that everybody who is a member of PDP is against Southeast. And that is very, very salty. And Umahi knows me too well that that is unacceptable, and he has to retract that statement because PDP gave Umahi, who was chairman of PDP in Ebonyi State. PDP made Umahi to be deputy governor. PDP made Umahi to be the governor, even against the odds. When Governor Elechi, whom he was his deputy, opposed him not to have the ticket. I know what people like Snolopaya signing. I know what the people did to look. We have to support him. And they supported him. Now, PDP gave him second ticket. Now, at what point did he recognize about this injustice? At what point did he recognize injustice? Under PDP, the Southeast has been how many times Senate president? Under PDP, the Southeast Assembly national chairman. Under PDP, Ebo became Secretary to the Government of Federation. So what is injustice? The only thing is that my friend Umahi, you want to be president. No, there's no problem about that. You have a right to be president. Nobody can stop you. You're educated. You've been a governor for 2 times, so you're qualified to say, I want to be president of Nigeria. But that does not mean that because you want to blackmail your party to put them in the bad light against the people of the Southeast, then you now come up to say that you are leaving the party because of the injustice meted by PDP against the people of Southeast. That's not correct. As far as I know, APC, they've not told us where they're sending their presidential ticket. But assuming they're not conceding, they are sending it to Southeast. What gives you that impression that it is you? PDP are not zoned where to go to. But assuming they're not conceding that you go to the Southeast, what tells you that you will be? So in life, it is important for you to do that. Inasmuch as power is sweet, as power is interesting, but conscience is key to everything you are doing in life. So my reaction to Governor Umahi's defection to APC is not that he has no right to defect. No. He has a right. But to say that he's defecting because of injustice meted on the people of the Southeast, that would be the most offensive, most insulting to even the people of the Southeast. I didn't know my friend David Umahi has become the spokesperson of the Southeast. He has had to create as if Southeast has a ground, APC has a ground in the Southeast. Okay, I said so. If we're talking about injustice, Umahi, the governor of Ebonyi State, under PDP, Umahi made his junior brother the zonal vice chairman. And where things are, we are talking about justice, equity, and fair play. If you're the governor of Ebonyi State, would you at the same time made your immediate junior brother to be the zonal vice chairman of the party? All you would have said, for justice purpose, okay, since I'm the governor, let this thing go to another people, even in the same state, at least, even in the same state. Why should you be my job? I'm governor, so let it go to the another local government. I'm not area, but it shouldn't be a job. So when you're talking about injustice, who perpetrated more injustice? Who perpetrated? And I've told him, and I will come out to tell him, my friend, when you attack my party, you attack me. Now you have attacked PDP. I cannot, in good conscience, take it lightly with him. I cannot, in good conscience, take it lightly with him. You have the right to move. And which we know, all of us will know, for the past few years, his romance with APC. In fact, to even go to tell how things are bad. The PDP governors will have a virtual meeting. Nobody has ever said that. Nobody can even say that. I doubt you will know whether a man is sincere with you, whether a man you can trust. When he went outside and said, he decided to give President Buhari so percentage. In essence, he didn't vote. He allocated the votes here. Nobody does that. Even if I have a deal, or I had a deal, I don't need to come and tell the public that that was what we agreed as a politician. So, but that will tell you what PDP again as a party should use this as a lesson to themselves, particularly the National Working Committee. Another governor will leave. And if they pretend that they don't know, then it will be unfair to the party. Well, we know. It's not today. It's not today. And what Umahi has done, he has told people whom he has planted as state party officers from the ward level to the local government level and to the state level. And then he has assured them he was going to court and he will get injunction to make sure that they are not dissolved. No party will shut his eyes. No party will say, look, with what he has done, they will allow him to control the structure of the party. Because if you do, it means that will be the end of the party. So I urge the National Working Committee and the NEC to take appropriate measures to make sure that PDP is not dead in Ebonyi State. Yes, APC have come up to try to make noise that, very soon some Southeast governors will join them. I have no problems about that. And like I've told people, in Bauchi, PDP won. We were not governor of Bauchi. We were not controlling Bauchi. Right? In Adamawa, PDP won. APC was in control. So there's no law say, because you control social state, it means you will win. Most people are doing that because of our electoral system. If our electoral system is being amended and for president to assure Nigerians and truly to sign for the amendment of the Electoral Act, the mere fact you're a governor does not mean that you can produce another governor. But because of the way the system is running, we believe that once you're with a ruling party, they will give you all the security, they will give you everything that you deserve to win the election. No, it doesn't work out that way. It doesn't work out that way. Yes, I'm a governor. I suffered it. There's nothing that was not done. But I still won an election. I was not a governor in 2014, 2015, but I won an election. So it depends on how you are. But I do know, and I can tell you to go to the bank with it, what David Umahi has done today has made him. Politically, David Umahi will know that the politics of Nigeria is not the politics of Ebonyi State. This presidency thing, he will know that the more you look, the less you see. A second-time governor, what are you looking for? To make you, to abandon your people. What's more injustice? What has APC done for the people of Southeast? Let them tell me. PDP is not in government today. APC has been in government since 2015 till now. Now, if PDP committed any injustice against the Southeast, that injustice has been committed for how many years? Over 6-7 years. Yet, it did not in the camp to show your maturity, to show that someone I can trust. 6 years ago, PDP was in power. They committed injustice against their people. And you never decamped. It is the same party that you say that committed injustice against you that gave you the ticket that you won election. If I were him, what I would have done was to say, look, PDP, I can't be here again. For my second tenure, I will not run under the party. I want to tell you how unhappy my people were. And I'm leaving the party at that time. And they'll run. And then when you have won, then it will have shown that yes, the people of South is so angry, and you can see the anger has resorted to where they have now, the party that was in power in Ebonyi has lost election. That's the way you test this. It's not when you know that your secretary are leaving, because of presidency, you want to come. But I don't believe he even want to run for president. I don't believe so. I believe that he wants to be vice president. I believe so. I'm so disappointed. Not that I don't know that he had left the party for years. I do know. When I say people who go to the presidency tonight, everyone knows. I won't go. When they came here, I told the people, the honest the people, I said, look, be careful. And he admitted that I go in the daytime, that he goes in the night. He admitted that. And now he has shown it, which is so bad of any leader. But I wish him well. But let him not talk about that he's leaving PDP because of injustice against the service. He's leaving PDP because he wants to realize his presidential ambition in APC. So that's my take.